Member from Newmarket, Aurora.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, my question is to the Attorney General. Speaker, AgustaWestland, the company that sold Orange 12 helicopters for $144 million and then kicked back $6.7 million to Orange in the form of a marketing agreement, is under investigation in Italy for a surprisingly similar deal. Here's what was reported in the Italian media about the interrogation of the former Director General of AgustaWestland's parent company. I quote, "The discussion focused on the bribes and kickbacks that it appears were paid by the public group's company responsible for helicopters, AgustaWestland, to win foreign sales." My question to the Attorney General is this. Given the similarity between the Orange deal and what is under investigation, will the Attorney General agree to refer this information to the OPP, the RCMP, and the Justice Department of the United States of America?
Attorney General.
I'm pleased to refer this to the Deputy Premier.
Deputy Premier.
Mr. Speaker, my understanding.
The member from Nepean Carleton and the member from Renfrew Nipissing Pembroke will come to order. Deputy Premier.
Mr. Speaker, my understanding is the Ontario Provincial Police are investigating the situation at Orange, all the events. We've had the Auditor General go through there, Mr. Speaker. We have the Public Accounts Committee looking very closely at all matters with respect to Orange. I think the other last piece is the fact that that party opposite is obstructing Bill 50, which is designed to deal with the problems that the Minister of Health identified and dealt with in a very timely fashion, Mr. Speaker. I hope that they will do what they've now done with two bills this morning and stop obstructing and let Bill 50 get passed, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Supplementary.
Speaker, after yesterday's testimony from a former employee of Orange who was responsible for the deliverables under that $6.7 million kickback marketing agreement, it's interesting to note that the circumstances are uncannily the same as is being investigated in Italy. Orange bought 12 helicopters from Augusta. India bought 12 helicopters from Augusta. According to Mr. Borgonini, the costs of the helicopters in India had been inflated in order to pay a multi-million-dollar kickback to the political party Lega Nord with the approval of AgustaWestland's CEO. We have reason to believe, Speaker, that the Orange deal
The member from Peterborough come to order.
In terms of the inflated price. I ask the Attorney General again, given the information that we have now conveyed to him, will he agree to ensure that that is conveyed to the OPP, the RCMP, and the U.S. Ministry of Justice?
Premier.
Mr. Speaker, the Attorney General.
Attorney General. Come to order, please. The member from Durham and the member from Leeds-Grenville will stop. Attorney General.
Very much, Speaker. And first of all, the member is fully aware of the fact that our legislative committee, Public Accounts, is looking into this issue. If issues come out of that, that lead to further investigations by the police officials of this province, obviously that will be done.
Final supplementary.
Speaker, when will the ministers of the Crown in this government start to put the public interest ahead of their political self-preservation? If any member of the Executive Council is responsible to look beyond politics, it is the Attorney General. That is his responsibility. I have conveyed to him important information that I am asking him to ensure that OPP investigation is familiar with. I'm asking him, because the deal was struck in Philadelphia, that he provide the same information to the U.S. Ministry of Justice. And I'm asking him to inform the RCMP because of their international jurisdiction. Will the Attorney General take on his responsibility and ensure that information is conveyed to the appropriate reinforcement agencies?
Be seated, please. Be seated, please. Thank you. Attorney General.
Well, Speaker, we are very proud of our system of justice here.
Exactly. I am going to refer to individuals, which I've already started to do, and I will tell you that when I get the quiet, it's not the moment in which you start up again. Attorney General.
Well, first of all, I think we can all be very proud of our system of justice here in Canada and in Ontario on an ongoing basis. And I'm very proud of the members that work in the Ministry of the Attorney General on a day-to-day basis. As the member is fully aware, the OPP is already investigating all of the various allegations that have been made around Orange, etc. With the information that the member has provided here that has become public, I'm quite sure that the OPP will do the right thing and investigate that as well. Speaker, we as a government do not direct our policing authorities as to what to investigate. They know their job. The member knows that. Let the OPP do the work that they are entitled to do on an ongoing basis on this issue as well, Speaker.
New question, the Leader of the Third Party. Question, the member from Newmarket, Aurora.
My question is to the Deputy Premier, and I would ask a page to deliver this material to the Deputy Premier. Speaker, that is the amount of information that was ordered for one witness by a government member of the Public Accounts Committee. And under the terms of reference of the Government Accounts Committee, we are limited in most cases to 8 minutes per caucus to question that witness. And the kind of slurs that the Minister of Health and other members of this committee, of this government, are throwing at individuals without an opportunity for them to give a proper explanation what they have done is evidence of why we need a full inquiry into the Orange scandal. I will ask the Deputy Minister this. Will he agree to honour the motion of the Public Accounts Committee to adopt the terms that we have proposed to ensure we get to the bottom of this mess?
Be seated, please. Be seated, please. Deputy Premier.
Minister of Community and Social Services.
Thank you,
Government House Leader
Kelly Mitchell.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I mean,
more time for Kelly Mitchell.
It's hard not to comment on the honourable member's accusations here in the House. Someone who has repeatedly stood up and tried to hold hearings here on the floor of the House with drive-by smears. I mean, the simple fact is the Public Accounts Committee has the power and authority it needs to conduct the hearings. They're doing an excellent job. I point out, Mr. Speaker, to the members opposite that yesterday I believe the committee felt that one particular individual they wanted to hear longer from, so they adjusted the timing. Mr. Speaker, the committee has the authority and has the tools that it needs to look into. But as I say, Mr. Speaker, if the member wants to do these kind of kangaroo court here in the House, I will raise the issue as others.
Guy Journal.
Supplementary.
Speaker, I know the government member would have, the government House Leader would have a hard time holding that material that I passed across. I'd like him to try to lift it at least. 8 minutes in most cases is what we have to question a witness. The motion that was put forward that we're asking the government House Leader to bring to this legislature to approve it simply provides the chair to call hearings at his will, subject to the subcommittee. It allows us to broaden the scope of those hearings so that we can get to the bottom of this. I want to know this from the government House Leader.
Question.
What is he hiding? Who does he want to protect? And if he wants to get to the bottom of it, as we do, he'll bring that motion forward and allow this House to
Government House Leader.
He's impugning motives.
Be seated, please. Be seated, please. The member from Bruce Grey Owen Sound will withdraw. No, you won't. You'll stand and withdraw. Thank you. Government House Leader.
Mr. Speaker, you know what's kind of interesting, and I think all members will find interesting, is my understanding is the documentation that was sent across. Most of it has to do with the PC lobbyist Kelly Mitchell, linking him to the Orange situation. Mr. Speaker, I think we all know who Kelly Mitchell is. He's a very prominent conservative, very close ties to the PC party and the leader of the opposition. He was paid almost $400,000, Mr. Speaker, to lobby and schmooze progressive conservative MPs. He is a huge donor and fundraiser for the PC party. He was involved in the hiring of Kelly Long, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you.
And perhaps maybe the PC party wants to provide a little bit more information.
Thank you. New question, the member from